What up everyone, Clayton here, and today we're back with another Skyrim build. Today's build is called the Grim Reaper. This was suggested by many people, but I decided to use Christopher Smith's more idea with it. Other people have said Grim Reaper in the past, but I decided to go with his because I thought his was pretty cool. I'm not saying the other ones weren't, I just chose to go with this one. So anyways, this build is called the Grim Reaper. I use a high elf for this build because when you think of death, you probably think of like a big, like tall guy, kind of skinny, and like a cloak, and that's kind of what the high elf fits the best, is to being the tallest race in the game. So anyways, kind of the backstory for this build is that you're death, and with all the death and destruction going on in Skyrim, with the Civil War, with the dragons going in, you're just kind of pretending to be a normal person as you collect the souls on your way to becoming more powerful by collecting all these souls from the people. And you can just kind of say you got crossing the border was kind of your plan to kind of get into Skyrim to start collecting these souls of the fallen people that are in Skyrim. So anyways, let's go ahead and go into the perks real quick, or some of the skills actually. We have illusion, conjuration, enchanting, heavy armor, two-handed, and sneak. There's a lot of perks you have to get, so you have to be quite a high level to get this build completed out to the max capacity, so it might take you a little bit of time. For illusion, you'll be using pretty much all of the expert level illusion spells, like rout, pacify, things like that, just kind of to control the mind of people. Christopher Smith, the build creator, has kind of a reason why you use illusion. He says illusion represents people's responses to the inevitability of death, with calm acceptance, fear, and anger, which is really cool how he put that together, and I kind of want to roll with that. That's why I kind of picked it, so I think that's really cool. Conjuration, you'll be using the souls that you're collecting with the people to raise them again to fight by your side. Enchanting, just to be able to get some of your your spells and stuff to cost less magicka by using enchantments on your armor. Heavy armor, because you'll be using heavy armor, and you make sure to get the conditioning perk that allows you to run around, because heavy armor doesn't weigh anything. You'll be using two-handed because you'll be using the headsman axe, so you want to get two-handed perks, and you want to be able to get sneak because you want to be able to sneak around and collect the souls of the people you really want to go after. So this time we're not going to go into gameplay right now. Right now I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff you want to have on your character, such as the armor and the weapons. So for armor, the build creator says to use ebony mail as well as decked out ebony gauntlets and boots. And for the headpiece, he uses one of the dark brotherhood hoods. He picks the unenchanted one that you can find in the Dawnstar sanctuary. Anyone that will do. I use the maskless one because I think it looks a little bit cooler. For spells, you're going to be using a lot of spells. Any raised zombie spells, even some of the Dawnguard DLC spells like mistman, bone man, and wrathman. They're pretty good, and they kind of go along with a skeleton and death sort of thing. As well as you want to make sure you get your healing spells as much as you can to stay alive, and you want to be able to get the two-handed executioner's axe that you can get. I have made a video in the past about how to get it, so I'll probably link it here if I remember. So that's kind of what you need for this build. You also have shouts that you could use. He says, for example, unrelenting force and shoal tear and ice form. Shoal tear kind of is the one that kind of fits in the best because you're kind of draining the forces of the enemies that you're attacking. So for gameplay, I kind of do it in either one of two ways. When I think of death, people have different opinions, but I think of like the quiet, not really evil person. They kind of just like, I have to collect these souls, this is what I'm doing, I'm not happy about it, I'm just gonna collect these souls. So you can kind of think of it that way, as that like you're kind of being a nice person and taking these people souls away as a way to get rid of the pain. Also, you could be a guy who's like, I'm gonna kill everyone, I'm gonna be the death that takes all the souls, I'm going to be powerful, take over the world. So I think that's kind of two ways you can really play it. And even if you want to, you could think of make a list of all high level enemies in the game, or even friendly people. Say, I want these souls, and kind of have a mini game inside the game where you're like, I want to collect all these souls of these people so I can become stronger. I think that's really cool. But yeah, for the gameplay itself, you'll be sneaking around with your war or your executioner's axe, trying to collect souls and kind of going through the game. It may not make very much sense that the death is the dragonborn, so you might want to skip that little part. But yeah, sneak is really good. Invisibility, the sneak up, and maybe only kill one person out of the group to take their individual soul. I think that's kind of cool to do that. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Illusion, conjuration, You want to kill people, raise them up, illusion, make people run away or calm down, or fight each other. One thing I did not say though is the stat spread. You're going to be in a lot of magicka for this build. 50% magicka probably is pretty good, with 40% in the health, and any throwaway points you can really get in the stamina. And I always say the Lord Stone is probably one of the best stones in the game. Gives you some more armor and magicka to stay alive a little bit more. So I hope you guys enjoy this build. I really like this build because there's a lot. You can tell there's a lot of thought behind everything. Make sure to read the comment that he left if you guys want to read more stuff about it, because it's really cool. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't seen these two videos here, make sure you go check those out. And this is Clayton, signing out.